Alright everyone, here we are with ticker symbol ZOM, Zomedica Corp. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel. Invest for tomorrow to all the subscribers. Welcome back. And as we jump into this chart, I want to quickly announce that I have a Twitter account now. The link is down below in the description. And stay tuned till the end of this video because I do have a new ticker symbol to share with you guys to look into moving into next week and even the upcoming weeks. It's actually been downgraded and it's being pulled down due to analysis ratings. And this type of stock has had a run going into the beginning of this year up to this point, and now it's been downgraded, so it's definitely one to watch. Now, it's on the downtrend, so we need to kind of watch it closely and see when the bottom hits. Now, nobody knows the bottom, but if you're watching it as it bottoms and it starts to pick back up, you can kind of get a sense of what's going on with it. So definitely add this one to your watch list that we're going to talk about towards the end of this video. So stay tuned for it. But enough about that. Let's talk about Zoom first, and we will talk more about that towards the end of this video. So Zomedica Corp has actually had some sideways movement. Now, I'm not going to move the resistance from yesterday to today because there was no new resistance form except for the highest point reached 107. That's not a big difference from our resistance from yesterday to today, so I highly suggest still using the same resistance. This rarely ever happens, but the way this reacted is pretty good in my opinion. For this amount of volume and being like one of the top 10, top 15 in high volume for the day and not much volatility upward or downward, some may say that's not good, others may say that's great. In my opinion, that's phenomenal because that shows you that this is hanging out in the consolidation area that we've talked about in previous videos. And if it continues and it continues to hold itself up and not hit newer lows, we will see the next catalyst in speculation and hope drive this up back up to this point up here, or even bring it up to newer highs above that. So that's what we're looking for here. I know a lot of investors are excited moving into the end of January, beginning February, and specifically in March. So any of you guys that want to go ahead and share what is the big catalyst moving into March, I will allow that platform for you guys to do so, because I always want you guys to know that this is not just me and the charts talking in these videos. Every single one of you that are viewing and are viewers and subscribers have a voice here, and you can comment down below to enlighten other investors and share knowledge that I may have overlooked as well. So I look forward to seeing the comments down below and how excited the true bulls are for Zomedica moving into March, because March is going to be a big month for ZOM stock. That's something that I want every single investor to be aware of. But right now, hanging out in that sideways movement, the lowest point here in the bearish run was 81 cents, 80 cents, give or take. And then 78 cents is the next low that we would watch if that gets broken through. So it's holding itself up nicely. And then the third lowest point here is 85. So these 3 points of reference here are so important moving forward to watch and stay above. The more we stay above it, the more of a chance for this to stay in consolidation area and work its way up to newer highs and new resistance levels as new catalysts come to fruition, and also speculation and hope to drive it up as news is presented. So that is something to keep in mind. And I know that a lot of investors are saying, well, this stock pulled back from the highs up here of 147.50. We're hanging out at about just 3 cents away from $1. That's a big drop. And you need to remember where Zomedica came from. Now, way back here in November, we were talking about less than 10 cents. Then it came up to about 15 cents in December. And then towards the beginning of January, it was around 22 cents. You want to always remember where it came from. Some profit taking was bound to happen. A slight pullback also due to that uncertainty of moving forward. And some people were probably rebalancing their portfolio and using the leverage and gains, turning them from unrealized profits to realized profits and moving them somewhere else, because that's what we investors try to do. We're always on the move. And sometimes we hold some shares. So it's holding itself up pretty well here within this point. Anything below 78 cents could be a pretty big red flag, but right now we're nowhere near that. So we want to continue to watch this closely, but I want every single investor to be aware of that. So let's go ahead and see here our 50-day moving average, which is not that far from the price. It's like literally a cent below. It's 96.89 to be exact. I can't land on it, but let's just say 96 cents. We're currently at 97.52. This is in tug of war zone, and I want every single investor to be aware that the stock needs to pull itself up to newer highs and new resistance levels, pulling away from the 50-day moving average. I think that's probably one of the most important things right now in this chart for the bulls. And if they do this and they accomplish this, they could be on their way up to newer highs, new resistance levels, and continuing the bullish run. Now, the support level is very important because this is the most volatile candlestick in the whole day, and it hit its lowest point at that point. Now, if this gets broken through, the next support level would be right here at 86 cents. You definitely want to write that one down and keep that one in mind in the near term. Now, our current support level is 92.98. If this crosses the 50-day moving average and gets closer to the support level, you want to watch if the bulls reappear here, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly quickly. And if this breaks through 92.98, you want to watch how it reacts from here down to 86 cents. See if the bulls are still trying to reappear, or are the bears dominating the chart from that point forward. Now, I want every single investor to be aware that there was this resistance level here at 104 formed today, but since right after the most volatile candlestick appeared, I wouldn't really want to use that as a resistance. Our true resistance is up here at 108.04 to be exact, or like I like to round it down, 108. That needs to be broken through by the bulls and turn into a support. They need to break through this, pull away from it to reach newer highs, new resistance levels, and work their way up deeper into bullish territory, and then try to attain this high up here of a resistance level at 120. To be exact, it's 120.05, but I like to always round down or up to kind of just get this narrowed in to a whole number. So 120, super important to be broken through moving forward. But before getting there, 108 needs to be broken through. I want to emphasize that. Needs to be broken through by the bulls and turn into a support to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. So for those of you that have stayed till the end of this video to know which ticker symbol to add to your watch list, I definitely recommend adding the ones I previously have talked about as well: WBA, WISH, and ALGM. I know there's a fourth one that was LXRX. There's nothing wrong with adding that one to your portfolio and going ahead and adding it to your watch list. Not your portfolio, to your watch list. And by adding it to your watch list, that one was much more speculative. We were talking about how on Thursday, which was yesterday, there was going to be a catalyst into the end of the week, or even on the Thursday day. We saw it. Now that one has had already a big pullback, and I definitely recommend being very cautious on that one and using that as a way to learn about certain stocks moving forward, because that was a speculative play. ALGM, WBA, and also WISH, they have different catalysts moving into the year and different opportunities that can continue to work their way into newer highs due to the fact of the market that they're in and what's their innovation causing them to rise. So you definitely want to have those on your radar. But the one I have for you guys today, as I stated earlier, is being pulled back, and it's being pulled down by analyst ratings, and it's definitely one to keep in mind and try to pay close attention to it every day to watch if there's a bottom and how it's reacting, and that is Fuel Cell, FCEL, Fuel Cell. I definitely recommend adding that to your watch list due to the fact that clean energy is something that is being looked at, and that whole sector as a whole is doing pretty well. Now, Fuel Cell was dropped down due to the fact of analysis ratings, and that could be an opportunity to do some research and due diligence on that ticker symbol and understanding better if this is a temporary pullback Could this recover from that? Or just watch it and learn how it behaves as well. So add FCEL to your watch list. Want to keep that on your radar. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, let's make some money.